Hello and welcome to this exercise on sketching the curve of a quadratic equation where this equation is given to us in absolute value terms, and then we're supposed to find the stationary points. Again, an iGCSE O-level type question. Here we go. And it says, um, on the grid below, except that I've got it on the side when I actually do the exercise. On the grid below, sketch a graph of y is equal to absolute value x minus 2 into x plus 3 for x between minus 5 and 4. Then it says find the coordinates of the stationary point on the curve for absolute value y is equal to x minus 2 into x plus 3 absolute value x again. And for the third question, which has got only one mark, and it says state the set of values of k for which x minus 2 into x plus 3 is equal to k, and two solutions only. All right, okay, and then we should move on to the next slide. I can just do this each one at a time. This is what we got. Okay, now what I've done is I'm going to do the question singly. And the first one says, if you remember, it says on the grid below, sketch a graph of y is equal to x minus 2 into x plus 3 for minus 5, between x equals to minus 5 and x equal to 4, and state the coordinates of the points where the curve meets the coordinate axis. Right. Now, what I've done here, I've reproduced the same equation after expansion, but you don't have to do this at all, really. It's just a waste of time expanding the bracket. But anyway, here we go. What of the when x is 2, y is 0, because 2 minus 2 will give me 0, and 0 times anything will give me 0. So when x is 2, y is 0, as we got on the right hand side. I have to excuse my plotting, not very accurate, but there you are. And when x is minus 3, because minus 3 plus 3 will give us 0, 0 times anything, well, 0 multiplied by anything is going to give us 0. So when x is minus 3, y is 0. Okay, and the point will be there. So we've done the x-axis. Now we need to do the y-axis. Okay, now when x is, going to be very careful here. When x is 0, now y is minus 6. Okay, now because we're looking at absolute value terms, instead of y being minus 6, is going to be plus 6. Okay, and similarly, when x is minus 1, y is minus 6. So because we're looking for absolute value terms, y is 6. So we then have that when x is 0, y is minus 6, and when x is minus 1, y is also 6 there. Okay, right. The next one, if we have a look at the values for x is equal to minus 1 and x is equal to 0, they both have the same y values, which just suggests to me that somewhere in between there's going to be a turning point. If that makes sense. Okay, hopefully. Well, I'll do that in the next slide. Okay, now if we then do, if x is if x is 3, y is 6, which is up there. Okay, right. So now what you're going to do is to try and find to plot the graph based on what we know so far. And the graph will look something like this one here. Okay, so our turning point is there. Now we need to find the coordinates of the turning point in the next slide. Right, now for this slide, we're supposed to find the coordinates of the stationary point, and we know it's going to be between x is minus 1 and x is 0, or if you like, between x is minus 3 and x is 2, because don't forget this is going to be symmetrical. Okay, so what I've done, what I've then done is I can either say is symmetrical, the value of the x coordinate at the turning point can either be minus 3 plus 2, because if you remember, the graph cuts the x-axis are the points -3 and +2, and the turning point has got to be symmetrical about those 2 points. So if I do -3 + 2 divided by 2, give me the x value of -1/2, or if you remember again, -1 has got a value, x value of 6, and 0 has got an x value of 6. If you look at the graph, the turning point is going to be between -1, x -1, and x equal to 0. Again, that gives you an x value of -1/2. So if we then plug in x equal to -1/2 into the equation, we end up with, when x is -1/2, -1/2 plus 1/2 will give me 0. So 0 minus 25/4 will give me -25/4. Now, because we're dealing in absolute value terms, the stationary point is going to be -1/2 and 25/4, and that's what we got there. Now, for question 3, that has only 1 mark. We're supposed to state the set of values of k for which x minus 2 and x plus 3 is equal to k, and has 2 solutions only. Right, now, when x is at a turning point, when x is -1/2, we know that the y value is, well, minus the absolute value of -25/4, which is 25/4. So if you think about it, the actual original graph, the k is going to be greater than -25/4, except that this time around we're going to say greater than 25/4. Okay, and also when x is -5, y or k is going to be 14. So k is going to be between, a value between less than or equal to 14 and greater than or equal to 25/4. Okay, so that's going to be our answer, because we've changed because we're dealing in absolute term. Instead of having a U curve at the bottom, it's now flipped over, okay, on the x-axis. So instead of saying -25/4, we now say k is greater than 25/4 and not -25/4. A bit of a mouthful there. Well, I hope all that made some sense, and please subscribe. Thank you for watching, and bye bye now.